Yo, yo. Happy midday. Oh, new fake news. That sounds good. How was everybody's weekend? A Gamecock white girl who lives in Shanghai. God damn. That does sound like the worst. Don't they like sell chickens on the street over there? No, Nature Boy. Gamecocks can't be fixed, buddy. They're broken forever. Yeah, the Falcons destroyed the Panthers. Doesn't matter. I still won my bet. Actually, the over-under was like 42 and a half. They scored that in the first half. Won my bet in the first half. What's up, Melis? Oh, man. Me and the missus both got sick on our plane. Anytime I take a trip on a plane, I get sick. Got like a cold. I don't feel terrible, but runny nose, coughing, all that kind of shit. What's up, Zona? What's the holiday today? I don't even know what holiday it is. Clemson plays. Oh yeah, Columbus Day. Jesus Christ, we're still celebrating that. My kids had school today. Columbus is the worst navigator in history, and we're given. Why are we celebrating this guy? He's the worst navigator in history who committed mass genocide, and we celebrate him. What's going on here? Yeah, celebrate genocide. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, look, I get it. You get a day off work, you get a day off work. You take what you can get. You know the city of Columbus, Ohio was named after that idiot. Yeah, Clemson plays Virginia. Somebody just asked who's Clemson play this week. They play Virginia. The return of Tony Elliott to Clemson. Actually, you know what? I think the only reason that my kids don't have a day off today is because they missed a day for that hurricane a few weeks ago, and they got to make it up. So, what better day to make it up than Columbus Day? Yeah, I was a little bit shocked at the line. Let me pull it up. Which, by the way, Clemson is a covering machine. You know, Clemson has covered the last 5 games in a row. The only game they didn't cover this year was Georgia. I'm talking about the point spread. So they're favored by the same amount against Virginia as they were against Wake Forest. 21 points. Here you go. There it is right there. 21 points. So we'll see. You know. All right, let's turn this music off. Let's get this shit show started here. Happy Monday to everybody. How you doing? So obviously, you guys know I went to Nashville last week. That's why there was no midday shows. Actually, I kind of did. Did I do a midday show from there? Hell, I can't even remember. I did a live stream. I don't know. It wasn't really a midday show. It was more of just a live stream, or as the kids call it these days, an IRL stream, where I was down at the river there, and then we walked up Broadway Street and then to the convention center. So that was fun. Yeah, I kind of did. But anyway, I'm back. Got back early Friday morning around 2 a.m. You guys know the whole story. But here we are, and it's Monday again. Good news, bad news, great news, sad news. So I'll be out of town for one more day at the end of this week. My brother has a graduation ceremony. He's retiring from the Air Force on Friday. He's been in the Air Force for 25 years, and he's retiring on Friday in Georgia. So I'm driving up there. Me and my wife are driving up there Friday morning. The ceremony is Friday afternoon. He has a reception at his house for family and friends Friday night. So we're staying overnight in Warner Robins, Georgia, which for those of you who know where Warner Robins, Georgia is, it's like, I think it's like an hour outside of Atlanta. It's about 5 hours from here. So we'll wake up early Saturday morning and drive back here. I'll try to get back in time for the Clemson game. I can't guarantee that, obviously. I don't know what the traffic is going to be like or anything like that. Either way, I'm still going to stream a game on Saturday. I just don't know if it's going to be the Clemson game. I might have to do either the 3:30 slot or the primetime slot. So just want to let you know about that. Let's bring some guys on here. We got the famous Scott Kerr and our buddy Volusia Orange. How you guys doing this morning?
Yo, what's up, Scott?
Good.
What's up, Pete?
Yeah.
Hey, Pete, I got to ask you, did you ever figure out what the Ryman Auditorium was?
No.
Well, you were right beside it.
Oh, really?
When you were doing your live stream and walking down Broadway, right at the Bridgestone Arena, if you looked across from the Bridgestone Arena, you would see it. It's an old church, and that is the original home of the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I just didn't know what it was called.
Yeah. But it's really very historic as far as country music goes, and the reason I think they use that church too is because the acoustics in that place were outstanding.
Oh yeah.
But back in the day, they didn't have any air conditioning in that place, and it was a sweat box.
Oh god, yeah.
Musicians would play in there, but it's got a lot of great memorabilia in there and all that. That's all. I was just trying to point you in that direction. When you were walking by, I saw you point at it or your camera to it. I was trying to say, Pete, there it is, right there. There's the Ryman.
Okay. Yeah. We had a great time in there on Broadway. I think we went pretty much about everywhere. We didn't stay everywhere for a long time because there's just too many places to go. But we pretty much went in everywhere on Broadway, at least one time.
Did you notice in the restaurants, any of the restaurants you went to, that they had possibly as an appetizer or even a meal is deviled eggs?
I did not.
Okay. Well, it seemed like everywhere I went, there were, as an appetizer, deviled eggs on every damn menu I went to in Nashville.
I don't know. Everywhere had hot chicken.
Yes.
A lot of Southwest Tex-Mex. Obviously, a lot of barbecue.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So
I saw Rodney Scott's barbecue there when you were walking by.
You did?
Yes.
Hell, I would have went there. I missed that.
I don't know if they were, it's being distributed to this place or what. But yeah, I saw the name Rodney Scott Barbecue and I went, holy crap, he's expanding.
Yeah, I think he is expanding. I think he I think he opened up a store. It was either in Columbia or Greenville recently, and maybe he's got one going to Nashville too. I don't know.
Yeah, might be, but that was good. That was good to see. But yeah, man, Nashville is a fun city, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
It is a great city, and it's expanding like crazy.
Yeah, the construction there is out of control.
May I ask where you stayed at?
Well, the main place we stayed before we stayed at the last place was the Renaissance Hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's literally a 5-minute walk from Broadway.
Yeah.
It's a nice place too.
Yeah, I was thinking you might have stayed at there's a Sheraton right there too that is very close to Broadway. And I know one other thing I was talking to you about was the Batman Tower. That's the AT&T Tower that has two towers extending at the top of the tower, and it looks like the Batman.
Oh yeah.
Mask. Yeah. And they call it the Batman Tower there, so that's the reason I was bringing that up.
Yeah, I'll definitely eventually go back there.
Yeah, I love it, man. There's a country radio seminar every March there, and it's one of the most well-attended conventions and shows there, and it's at the Omni Hotel, which is a very nice hotel. And it's very still near close to Broadway and all that, but man, there's some great freaking food in Nashville too.
Yeah, there's good food, and obviously live music starts at 10 o'clock in the morning and it goes till 3 a.m. at most places.
Yeah.
I mean, every restaurant has there might be one or two on Broadway that don't have live music, but almost all of them have live music all day and all night. The best place to go for music, though, and I'm not saying there was a bunch of places we went that had good bands, and a lot of those bands they hop from one place to another from night to night. So, I mean, but Kid Rock's bar was the most fun.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I bet it was.
The atmosphere was the most fun. The music was always great. The service, and here's the other thing too. All he hires is female bartenders. They're all hot, and they all have to wear yoga pants. For real, that's their dress code. They wear like a halter top with their tits popping out and yoga pants.
Oh, nice.
Out.
Yeah.
That's a nice.
Yeah, well, he spent a lot of money in that. He spent a lot of money in that place. So.
I bet.
Yeah.
His whole house. It's a replica.
Man. Come on. That's why they put the titties out, man. Come on.
Yeah. His house is a replica of the White House. Yeah.
Yeah. A replica of the White House. But what Joe Rogan was there and was talking about it and saying that it has, I think,
there's 2 bedrooms.
House, but there's only 1 bedroom.
There's 2.
And the rest of it is a party place.
There's 2 bedrooms. It's his bedroom and then 1 guest bedroom, and it's like 30,000 square feet.
Yeah.
And the rest of it's just for like you said, for partying and entertaining people. It's a ridiculous house. But they also told us at the bar there, they said, he comes in here all the time. So anytime that you're in there, like he might just pop in there.
Wow. Yeah.
Now we didn't see him, but
yeah. Well, that's cool, man. Well, listen, I do have some fake news. It's gotten a little ripe because so I don't want to. It's like 3-day-old mullet in the sun, but it's still good.
All right, well, let's get to it then. Get the fake news going here.
The fake news. Let's go.
Give you your opening ceremony. Hold on now. Hold on. We gotta do it. I'm a professional.
Apologies.
Come on, man. breaking news from the Pigskin Pete YouTube channel.
It's time for Pete Podcast Fake News. Vanderbilt beat Alabama. Oh, shit, that's not fake. And this story isn't either. This newscaster was threatened with bodily harm after posting a Facebook video about the humiliating defeat Alabama suffered to Vanderbilt. A female Bama fan got on my thread and screamed, "Well, we beat Georgia several times," when this reporter went nuclear on her and told her to go cry on her pillow and shut the fuck up. The next day, the husband starts that I should say that in his face. I then asked guns, knives, laser beams, or rocks. He being a fat-ass redneck, my biggest concern would be he might bounce me to death. He then disappeared like a fart in the wind after me telling him and his wife they need to go plug that hole in their heads. I suggested Flex Seal might work. Well, the Charlie Hackenbush Consultancy Agency was flooded with appointments earlier this week from coaches Kalen DeBoer, Josh Heupel, and Eli Drinkwitz from the SEC, who were seeing Mr. Hackenbush, who specializes in crisis situations and excuses. Turley, or as his friends call him, Turdley, stated that they all need excuses to tell their fan base that it wasn't their fault they lost their respective games. Some excuses were, the dog ate their game plan. They had a flat tire going to the game, running out of gas, no money for cab fare. Their clothes didn't come back from the laundry. Relatives suddenly popped up unexpected. There was an earthquake. They had a tummy ache. They had COVID. They had the flu. They had food poisoning. They had a sick llama. They found their wife was cheating on them. They suddenly got a heroin addiction. A fortune teller told them not to step out of the house yet. They did. They got on the wrong plane. They hit their head and believe they are concussed. They had a toothache. Their goldfish died. They got a bat in their hair. The child stuck some pliers up their nose. They were having a grandparent exhumed. Horses stampeded through their house. They forgot it was Saturday game day. They hurt their back chasing a beaver. They left the iron on. They got petroleum jelly in their eyes. They were waiting on a pizza to be delivered. And the kicker of the week was, it's misinformation. It just plainly wasn't their fault. Georgia coach Kirby Smart chimed in. They should blame their fan base for not being loud enough, whether at the game or through TV. Turley Hackenbush Consultancy, or shortly known as THC, hopes those excuses help in their endeavor to cover their respective asses. The Seminole Nation is suing Florida State to stop using their namesake, for they are tired of Mike Norvell, or as they call him, the White Devil, to continue to lose games. The Seminole Nation. What's that?
Mike Tonto.
The Seminole Nation's attorney, Eli Struitznose, said, we have a great case and would like the team to stop using their namesake immediately. Meanwhile, Florida State is very concerned about what name they can use. So for now, Florida State could be known as the Florida State Widgets. No comment from Mike Norvell. Was also seen recently at the Turley Hackenbush Consultancy Agency. And speaking of namesake, Auburn University is thinking Coach Hugh Freeze, or the Auburn whatever the hell they are, should consider calling himself Coach Piece of Shit. After using all the excuses possible from THC and having a meltdown on the sidelines on his quarterback during the Georgia game, Auburn feels like it's befitting to call him what he is, a rather massive piece of shit. Freeze wants to keep his job and is accepted to be called Coach POS through the rest of the season, with the alternative to negotiate his name back in 2025. Auburn said sure, for his ass is not coming back anyway. And Pete Podcast Fake News is being brought to you by Delta 8 Airlines, the only airlines distributing the light version of THC gummies or vapes allowed on every flight. No baby screaming or Karen's fighting. It's a smooth ride all the way with long jams of fish music. You can saunter in the aisle once the pilot turns off the seatbelt light. Plus, the greatest munchies of any flight. Name any candy and cookie, and we have them. Plus, cotton candy made on the flight. Delta 8 has a fleet of 3 DC-7s and a single pilot Cessna. All flights are from Miami to Jamaica and back. The only problem you'll have is wondering who the hell you are. Book your flight today at alltoreup.uk.
Hey, I'd fly that airline. Delta 8 flights.
How about Hell's Angels, bro? Hell's Angels, Goose Creek. Go ahead.
Yeah, Hell's Angels Bar in Goose Creek, where old lady Lucy Bender is now offering her services as a barber. Come and get your haircut machete style. Once in the chair, don't move, and let old lady Lucy Bender do her work. You walk out with a totally bald, bloodied head, now perfect for Halloween, or a mangled mess. Only $5 a haircut, or $50 for the wet T-shirt haircut. That's when Lucy pours a bucket of ice-cold, rusty water from the freezer. It thrills and chills you at Hell's Angels Bar, right before Stumpy's Firecracker Stand in Goose Creek. What do you call a grumpy cow? Moody. No more gas in my tank. This is Scott Curry for you.
Another great one, Scott.
That rusty water helped my bald spot in the back.
Yeah.
It could,
man. You know, the reason I got a man bun is to cover up the bald spot. I need some rusty water on it, probably.
Well, Scott, what we'll have to do since I'm leaving Friday morning to go to my brother's retirement ceremony.
Yeah, man. That's. I mean, yeah. That gives me time. I'll have something for you maybe next Monday. How
Okay.
about that?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. One story I'm working on is, we have the Georgia.
Go ahead, Scott. Sorry, bro.
I'm sorry, man. One story we have is the Georgia Thought Machine was put on Dan Lanning during the Ohio State game, and some of the comments were, bro, what the hell?
Well, we have some big games this weekend. You might get some great material. There's Georgia and Texas, Tennessee and Alabama, I think.
Yes.
So there's bound to be something to happen in one of those. I'm surprised, and I know you wrote this fake news segment from the week before, basically.
Yeah.
Because I was out of town. But but you didn't mention anything about Kirby pushing that guy on the sideline. In the last.
Well, you know what he said? Because they asked him in an interview, and he said he doesn't even remember it. He was after one of the players to go do his assignment, and he just bumped into him. So he didn't. I don't think he did it purposely by any means.
Well, he didn't just bump into him; he pushed him. But I mean, whatever.
Kirby was all pissed off about us allowing 2 touchdowns, 75-yard touchdowns, to be scored in the second half. Mississippi State scoring that. Our defense didn't play well at all.
I'll tell you what, though, the way he pushed that guy, if that player would have punched him right in between the eyeballs, that would have been the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Could
have been.
Yeah,
could have been. I mean, the kid, the quarterback took it in stride. I mean, it didn't bother him.
Yeah, it didn't seem to bother him. He just walked off, but
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it was, but you're right. Well, what about South Carolina and Alabama? How about that damn game?
God damn, man. Wow. Dude, I almost lost my shit, dude. Wow. Holy shit, dude.
That was a crazy game.
No. Yeah.
There was a bunch of crazy games. I mean,
I was in my favorite bar watching it, and bunch of Gamecock fans in there, of course, and they were screaming and yelling and having a great old time, and of course, interception at the end of the game. But what a hell of a game!
Yeah,
that's how you got to remember. I was watching it in my favorite bar, but it was also 3:00 in the morning, which means that we were all very hammered, and there were fewer fans, but there were some South Carolina fans up in there, and I was really about to get upset. I was about to get upset.
Another heartbreaking loss for the Gamecocks.
Slink Dickelson is saying that Kirby's a scumbag. Heard awful things from people waiting on him in Athens. Well, okay, whatever. I don't believe that shit at all. I think that's just the opposite.
I'll tell you one thing. As somebody who regularly takes transcontinental flights, I think your Delta 8 thing for babies and children on the flight is probably a genius.
when you got fish jams and you can saunter in the aisle too, that's a good thing, man.
Right. Well, that's the thing is like, when you're on a 14 and a half or 15-hour flight and you got a crying fucking annoying kid next to you, there's nothing I would like more than a little bit of Delta 8 in his fucking milk. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Okay, I got to tell y'all a very quick and funny story. This happened to me last Monday. My stepson, he went to California a few weeks back. Okay, came back. His father had passed, and his father was in Phoenix. But he decided before he went to pick up all the rest of the stuff he was picking up, he wanted to go see California. So he went to California, went to one of the dispensaries, bought some gummies, bought some infused tea, THC infused tea. Brought that back. Brought that back to us. Okay, and so I'm not one that likes to do these gummies because they made me sick before, but I thought infused tea, that should be, and it said 100 milligrams THC.
Oh, no, that's a lot, man.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot of damn, that is a lot of damn THC. So
Yes, sir.
Holly and I split it, okay? And it was a Georgia peach sweet tea. It was damn good. But Holly kept pouring more and more of it back into my glass. So I drank 3/4 of it. So I'm cooking dinner, and I've got dinner. I'm gonna take it out, and I'm putting it on the plate, and I'm in the kitchen, and it hit me.
You're on Saturn.
I went, Holly, I'm high as hell. She said, yeah, I am too. And she picked up her damn leg like she was a damn rockette dancer, and kicking it up on the damn marble of our kitchen. I'm
damn.
like, well, she's really high. So what happened was, yes, it got me way too high, where I lost my vertigo.
This is a lot, my guy. It's a lot, my guy.
Lost my equilibrium, started throwing up. I threw up more than any time in my entire life for 2 solid hours.
Damn.
I couldn't get up my stairs to go to my bed for at least 10:30 or 11 o'clock. It fucked me up good. Yeah, I'll tell you that.
Bless you, bro. Bless you. I bet you had a good one, though. You had a good day.
Well, I don't know if it was a good one. I mean, just like, but I think you need need to put warnings on some of this stuff, because I don't know, the count of how many milligrams of THC should I take, to only have
100 is too many.
100 is a lot.
It sounds like a lot, doesn't it?
Well, it is a lot. Yeah.
To me, it didn't sound like a lot. It sounded like, oh, okay.
Scott, listen to me. As somebody who knows how many is too many, 100 is too many, bro. It's too many.
Belushi, tell me what you think would be a decent amount of take, like
for you,
milligrams?
Probably about 20.
Yeah, you're probably good on like 10, dog.
Yeah.
You
okay.
20
or 25 at the max.
Okay, good. I'm glad to know that, because I still got
it. Scott, listen. As somebody who used to smoke weed all the time, 25 would be good for me. 10 is probably good for you. 100 is way out of your ken, bro. Way out of your ken, dude.
Oh my God, man! It was.
Well, I told the story.
For you is the next existential crisis, dog.
We had
one other funny story about that is that my guy who does my lawn and all that, he came in. And I'm just high as shit, and he's showing me this nut that broke in his lawnmower and how it is stripped, and he's explaining it to me, and he's showing me the nut, and I just went, I looked up at him pitiful and said, "Can I have that?" He said, "Oh yeah, sure, man, you can have it."
Damn, you wanted a broken nut for no reason.
I wasn't broken nut, no, it was just I was so damn high, man.
I took 60 one time in a movie theater a couple of years ago, and man, I can't imagine 100.
You said how much? I'm sorry.
60.
I've done 100, but I also have a good tolerance for that. Now, Scott, I don't know if you're ready for 100, dog.
No, I'm not. I know that for damn sure. I've got another one of these infused teas. But, damn, I'm not even close to it.
No, I don't do it all the time either.
I got a bunch of gummies too. He brought.
But we went to see the second Avatar movie.
Yeah.
And I took they're 30 a piece. I took 2 of them, and I started feeling like I was on that planet that they were on in that movie. I mean,
I know, man. I think gummies can hit people a hell of a lot different than just smoking weed.
You're
Oh,
right,
yeah.
Scott. No, Scott, I prefer smoking or vaping it because it comes and it hits you within about 5 seconds time, and you know where you're at.
Yeah.
Right.
You know
Right.
within about 60 seconds time whether or not you need to get the fuck out of there or not. But the problem with edibles is it takes about 30 minutes to hit you fully.
Yeah, and they last a lot longer
Now
too.
You're already fucked.
Oh God, it just goes on forever.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking like 5 hours.
Right.
I mean, the next day I was still.
I don't know if you ever smoke weed, Scott, but if you smoke it, you know, it'll be done within 30 minutes.
Of course, Scott has. Scott,
Look, I used to smoke those.
You're on an 8-hour ride, buddy.
Volusia, Scott was a radio DJ in the 70s. You think he? Come on.
I'm sure you smoke.
Yeah, I might have partaked in something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
Imagine.
But yeah,
Imagine.
I know what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, man. I get it. And I've learned my lesson. So none for me. No, thank you. You know,
The edibles are different, Bob. The edibles are different.
I feel like a couple of months ago.
Man, like, you know, it's not like the grass you smoked in the 70s, bro. It's like the shit they got now in those vape pens. That shit is fucking different, dude.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. You don't know. Yeah, you don't know. You don't know what's in that shit. Fuck all that.
right.
No,
You're
it's
right.
really-
Don't say stuff that you don't know what's in. Yeah.
But I remember a couple of months ago, Scott. A couple of months ago, you took a gummy or something, one of your wife's gummies, and you said, "I'm never doing that again." And here you are, 2 months later. Now you've taken 100 milligrams.
It wasn't a gummy. It was a drink, and I just thought, oh, it won't be so powerful. That's exactly what I thought. And I know I'm staying away from the gummies.
Drinks are right there, dude. The drinks are right there. They're right there, bro.
Oh, they're more. Shit.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They're way up there.
They got it right. They got it right.
The older you get, I would just stick to beer. At least you know how much alcohol's in the beer. It tells you right on the can.
Right. By the way, I found a new beer called Nitro Stout, milk stout. You ever heard of that?
I know what you're talking. I've never had it, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's an American Guinness, but basically is what it is.
Yeah.
It's made in Colorado. But someone turned me on that this weekend. It was good, very good. But anyway, yeah, that's no more for me. No. I mean, I had the worst hangover the next day too. It was like cannabis poisoning, basically, is what happened to me.
Yeah. I mean, you can't OD, but you can throw up, apparently.
Oh my God, can I? Oh Lord. I threw up everything and more, you know. I probably threw up stuff from 1983 that was in my stomach. I don't know, but it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. All right.
Bless your heart, Scott, bro. You'll be all right, dog.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, Pete, Clemson's looking good, man.
Yeah, I love this. I love this so much. And here's the reason why. First of all, I'm happy that they look good. I mean, that's number one. But
Of course.
the amount of people in the offseason that spent all the time talking about how terrible Cade Klubnik was going to be, and that they'd be lucky to win 7 or 8 games, right? Because of how bad the offense is. No wide receivers, no quarterback. No more Will Shipley, and Moffitt won't be able to carry that offense by himself with the run game. So all these people now what they've reverted to is back to, they play a cupcake schedule. Well, you knew they had a cupcake schedule 3 months ago when you were saying they were only going to win 7 or 8 games.
Right.
So what's changed?
Right.
So look, I don't know.
Excuses. The answer is their excuses.
Right.
Their excuses have changed.
Yeah. And I mean, he's playing like a top 5 quarterback in the nation right now, despite who they're playing against.
He's pretty fucking good, Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He looks really good. Look, I thought Carson Beck would play lights out football this season. He had one of his biggest games ever against Mississippi State. He threw like 459 yards, but he also threw 2 interceptions, and that's just not us. You know, we don't turn over the ball normally, but I tell you what, everything is just backwards and upside down this season.
Let me ask you a question.
So Scott, and Pete, I want to ask both of y'all if you agree with this statement. I think that Georgia is a better team than Clemson, but I think that Cade Klubnik's a better quarterback than Carson Beck.
Well, he's definitely playing like it right now. I mean,
yeah, he certainly is.
But-
I mean, I think that Beck is I think Beck's a very decent, can be a very precise quarterback, but he hasn't been in the past several games.
Can I ask you, the Georgia fans, a question? What is I always forget this guy's name. Maybe because I'm mad at him for the way he torched Clemson's defense week 1. What's the name of that running back, the freshman running back who torched Clemson, who they refused to put in now?
Nate Shavers. Nate Shavers.
No, not Shavers. Frazier.
Shavers?
Nate Frazier, yes. Why
Frazier.
are they not using him more?
Yeah, Nate Frazier. I'm sorry. It was Nate Frazier.
If I were a Georgia fan, I would be losing my mind the fact that they're not using him as much as they should.
They used him Saturday. They
How many
rotated
carries did he
between
get?
him and Titian and Branson Robinson. Yeah, they did.
How many carries did he get?
I'm going to say 5 or 6.
That's not enough. And
No, I agree. Look, and Kirby was talking about that too. That he thinks our run game needs to get a hell of a lot better. Which I agree, it does. Why is it we have this huge offensive line and we can't move people off the damn ball? I don't understand that.
yeah,
But our offensive line's all beat up too. You know, we've got several players out on our OL, so we'll see.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what?
You know what, Scott? We'll see this weekend. You play Texas.
I know. We'll either stink it up or we'll look great, one or the other.
Yeah. Oh, let's look at the line on that.
Scott, what do you think? Scott, prediction on that game? Because I don't know if y'all win that game, man.
I don't know either.
I don't know if y'all do.
Well, I want them to win, so I'm going to go. You know, I'm going to be on the positive and say it's probably going to be close as hell. Probably be a field goal. But you know, I'm going to pull for Georgia. But Georgia's going into Austin, playing in Austin, and as much as Kirby's been screaming about Georgia fans getting loud, what do you think Texas is going to do? I mean, we'll have delay of games and all this other penalties as well. That was another bad thing about. Look, Georgia's not a favorite. Look at that.
You are 3.5 point dogs. 3.5 point dogs.
Yeah.
I said anything. I think I said anything under 6 points. I would take Texas because I think Texas wins by about 7.
Well, Quinn is back in there. Quinn Evers, and I mean they have all of their Pistons running there.
They're kind of the standalone team that looks like the best team in the country, and then there's like a big group of teams after Texas. But right now, I mean, there's not a team in the country that's played better than Texas has this year. I don't even think there's a close second. I mean,
I think there's close second. I think you can talk about Georgia, you can talk about Oregon, and even Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio State.
Where's our Ohio State man?
But I think they're tier 2.
Anyways,
They're tier 2. Oregon and Ohio State and Georgia.
Where's our loudmouth Ohio State man at this week? Is he here?
No, of course. What do you think? Of course not. Let me see. Nope. He's not. Shocker.
Oh, yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Vic.
Where's our bitch-ass Ohio State loudmouth friend? He ain't here, is he?
Nope, Kate, not here.
Nope.
The first day he doesn't show up. Imagine that.
Yep.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess his internet must be out.
Yeah, internet. No. In Columbus, the internet's out in Columbus because of the hurricane or whatever, right?
Is there a bridge in Columbus? He might have jumped off of it.
Yeah, Nate wants to come in.
I already know that.
Can I say something here?
Victor, that's like saying the sun is hot.
Texas hasn't played that many people. I mean, really good teams yet. They played Oklahoma, and they got they handed Oklahoma their ass. But then they got Vanderbilt. Not saying anything bad about Vanderbilt, but it's Vanderbilt still. Then they got to play Florida. Then they got to play Arkansas, then Kentucky, and they end up with Texas A&M. So their biggest opponent right now for their whole season is going to be Georgia, I think.
Well, and Texas kind of has the same problem that Clemson does. And I'm not disputing Cade Klubnik is playing better, but name me the top 50 defense you played.
Doesn't matter. Name the top 50 defenses he played last year and played terrible. That's why you said he was no good.
Well, you can play Georgia.
And Texas is kind of in that same boat at the moment.
Slim, we watched that Cal game.
That's a top 10 defense, and I didn't buy into it.
That Cal game, Slim. Stop it.
Yeah, Slim was one of the ones
that's the top 10 defense. Look at the stats.
Slim.
I'm giving you facts. You're giving me your opinions.
Slim, you were one of the ones saying that Klubnik was going to be a terrible player this year, but he hasn't played terrible.
He's better. I prefaced that statement with that.
All right.
Slim, you gave up 38 points to Cal. You should have lost that game. You won it. Good job. But come on now.
Yes, well, I mean, I can't say anything because we gave up 31.
Well, as the only person in this chat that's undefeated, I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah. Well.
All right.
Oh, man.
So here's what's going to happen. Miami's going to go 12-0. Clemson's going to go 11-1.
No, they're not. Miami's going to lose.
Miami's going to go 12-0.
Well, if you remember preseason, I picked us to lose this weekend. As a matter of fact, preseason.
You did. Yeah. Well, I picked us to lose to Florida State, so we're both going to be wrong about that.
Well, we might be, yeah.
But
this game is Clemson and SMU.
Slim, you play Louisville this week, is that right?
Yeah, at Louisville.
Yeah, I don't think they're that big of a threat. They've kind of plateaued, I think.
Well, it's not a Louisville thing. They still have Miami's got Florida State the next week, and it's on the road at Louisville.
Yep. Miami on that Louisville on that money line. Louisville on that money line.
Yeah, y'all.
Okay, that's fine. I picked us to lose the game, so it is what it is.
So Miami goes 12-0. Clemson goes 11-1.
You're not going to lose another game, I don't think. I mean, look, you play in Louisville, then you play in Florida State, then Duke, then Georgia Tech, and then Wake Forest, and the last one Syracuse.
Don't walk over Duke now.
Nah, y'all have been.
Yeah, the Cuban Bowl.
Eventually, y'all gonna get burned.
Yeah, they're going to get burned by Clemson in the ACC championship.
How do you say bowl in Spanish?
Maybe.
Well, they're playing. Okay, they're playing away.
Here's the problem with that. If Stanford and NC State can move the ball on you like that, what do you think Cam Ward's going to do to your defense?
Clemson's got.
Color me unconcerned.
Clemson's got a bend but don't break defense. They've got one of the best red zone defenses in the country.
All right.
So
it's okay. I mean, Miami still has the best total defense in the conference.
Yeah, I know you do. You do.
ACC championship game is Clemson versus SMU.
I'll tell you what, though.
Stop it, Volusia.
If Clemson and Miami do meet in the ACC championship, that might be one of the better ACC championships in the past 3 or 4 years.
I agree with you.
SMU.
I think it'll be a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clemson SMU will be fun.
That might even be something like if we both went out, which I think that's a pretty good chance that's going to happen, then that might be a pick 'em in the championship game.
I would agree with that too.
I would not.
It get me 3. Yeah.
Nope.
Anyway,
Clemson, minus 7.5 SMU in the ACC championship game.
Well, you know what bothers the shit out of me?
The delusion is strong with this one.
Is that the where does Georgia rank in defense now? We're 28th. We're 28th in defense.
And dropping. And falling.
And that just does not sound right at all.
Well, I mean, when you play offensive juggernauts like Mississippi State, of course you're going to be 28.
You know what I mean? Like, Jesus, what are you going to do?
41 to Bama, 31 to Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Yeah, we looked like shit, didn't we, Vic?
I think that and Alabama was my 2 biggest surprises of the weekend. Like, I figured Oregon, Ohio State would be a close game. I didn't think Will Howard was that stupid.
What a good game that was.
Thank Christ we almost got Will Howard. Thank Christ we didn't.
Yeah, a good thing y'all got Cam Ward.
I wasn't as surprised about Alabama as everybody else was. Now, I didn't think they were going to. I didn't think Alabama. I didn't pick them to lose the game, but I think South Carolina's better than people are giving them credit for, especially on the defense.
Yeah.
I agree. South Carolina's good. What I thought was going to happen was after a loss to Vanderbilt.
Whoa.
That they would come out. Alabama would come out with their fucking hair on fire.
That's the old Alabama.
South Carolina's not going to make a bowl.
That's the Saban era Alabama.
That's right, Vic.
South Carolina's not good. They're not good.
No, I don't think. I mean, they have.
Yeah,
they have
South Carolina's a good team. They're not great.
No, they're a
Alabama has probably the best player in college football, which is Ryan Williams, a 17-year-old kid. But that's, what else they got?
Alabama. Listen,
No, they don't have the best player. Travis Hunter's probably the best player.
No.
Yeah, Hunter.
I know Travis Hunter plays both sides. I get it. I understand why you would say that, but I don't know.
I think Genty's right up there too, but Slim has a problem with him playing for a Group of 5 team.
I want to see Genty win that Heisman, baby.
Genty.
Give me that Genty Heisman.
Yeah, I mean, if Genty keeps going at the rate he's going, I think he should win it.
Well, and I don't disagree with that, but look in the past. Marshall Faulk should have won it, but he didn't. Why? Because he played for San Diego State. They're not going to give it to a Group of 5 player.
Who's Marshall Faulk?
No.
Oh, no. Hold on. Did Vic just say who's Marshall Faulk?
Whoa. Hang on, Belushi. Did you just say who is Marshall Faulk?
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Uh-oh.
Vic, what?
This is an age thing, I think. But hold on, Vic. Do you know who Barry Sanders is?
Yeah.
All right, then you should know who Marshall Faulk is. Then.
Jesus Christ.
Great running back. Played for the Cardinals.
Played for several teams, actually.
Yeah. But played with.
He was more known for the greatest show on turf with the Rams.
Yeah, with the Rams. I think at one point
the Rams. That's what I was thinking.
He played for the Colts as well. I think at some point.
And the Rams.
And the QB for the Rams at that time was what's his name?
Kurt Warner.
Yeah, Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner. Yeah,
the grocery bagger himself. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Canadian Football League himself.
By the way, Marshall Faulk played for the Colts when Jim Harbaugh was the quarterback there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yes, he did.
There's a little bit of trivia for you. Yeah.
Slim's point is that Marshall Faulk played for San Diego State and didn't win the Heisman. He ran for 2,500 yards and didn't win the Heisman.
And by the way, he got snubbed over, and I agree, he should have won it over Gino Torretta.
You know what the difference is between Faulk and Genty, Slim?
Yeah.
Is
91.
Now we live in the age of social media, so Genty's getting more traction than what Faulk got because of social media.
Well, I agree, but I still don't think that the Heisman Trust is going to give it to a Group of 5 player. I mean, until they prove me wrong, I wouldn't bet on that fact that they would.
Hey, what's he on pace for?
So who do you think is the top candidate for the Heisman? Who do you think is the top candidate?
Genty right now. Slim, hear me out. Right now, the odds-on favorite is Genty, right? I feel like if Boise State can make the playoff, meaning they win out, because their only loss is a 3-point loss at Oregon, where they really should have won that game. I watched that whole game. They should have won the game. Now, I feel like he's got through 6 games, he's got like 1,300 yards and 18 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's on pace to maybe have 40 touchdowns and over 2,500 yards rushing.
No, he won't do that. But let's say he gets the 2,500. Let's say he gets 2,300 yards and 34 touchdowns, right? And Boise State makes the playoff. He's going to win the Heisman.
That's what I said.
Why I say that is because he's already got the juice. He's got the hype.
Well, here's my line of thinking with, and I'm not disagreeing with you that he could or should. My line of thinking with it is, if I'm going to put money on it, which I'm not, by the way, but if I'm going to, I'm not going to, I would bet wholeheartedly against them giving it to a Group of 5 player until proven otherwise. And I also am going to bet wholeheartedly against anybody but a quarterback unless proven otherwise.
I understand where you're coming from. But when you watch Genty play, I understand that he's playing against Group of 5 teams and all that. He looks like he's playing against Pee-wee teams.
I agree.
Right.
So Slim,
the Boise game was one of the games I had on.
Counterpoint, Slim. They will give him the Heisman as throwing him a bone to the other teams so that they can continue to pilfer. The SEC and Big Ten can do their continued sort of.
Let me ask you this. When was the last time a running back was taken in the top 3 in the draft?
Oh, good Lord.
Take one.
So I know McCaffrey was taken 4th overall by the Panthers.
Barkley was taking second.
Running
by the
backs are a
Giants.
passe thing in the NFL now. They are.
That's right.
Barkley taking second by the Giants.
Right, Barkley. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, it seems like they could give a shit about having a decent running back in the NFL.
Right.
Well, you need a committee, right? I mean, shit, the Bengals got Chase Brown in the 5th round, and he's goddamn good as fuck.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's still some great running backs, but you don't see them on the field that much anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pass, 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 pass.
Yeah, but look at the company he's in. Barry Sanders, Marshall Faulk, Saquon Barkley. Those are all generational running backs.
Can win the Heisman, and I will bet you that he will. Genty will win. Unless he gets hurt, he'll win the Heisman.
Yeah.
All right, here's a question. Who do you think was the best running back in the NFL?
Barry Sanders.
Right now?
No, ever?
All time is what I'm asking.
Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders.
I mean, here's the thing. Barry Sanders has got the NFL numbers, but just say for the sake of argument, you put Herschel Walker's USFL numbers, he's going to be right up there with Barry.
No, Barry Sanders is a better player. You know it. The numbers are Emmitt Smith's numbers, but Barry Sanders is the greatest.
There can be an argument between Walter Payton and Barry Sanders.
I was about to say sweetness, Walter Payton. Yeah. I mean, as far as a fan favorite, Walter Payton.
Yeah,
you forgot about
the answer is Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders is the greatest running back, and we all know it.
He is to me.
The man.
Barry's the greatest.
Notable mention, Earl Campbell.
Right.
Who are you about to say, Vic? Vic's about to say a Georgia player. Go ahead and say it.
What was I going to say?
Yeah.
Todd Gurley?
No, Adrian Peterson's got an argument.
Did you forget what you were about to say, or?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Vic,
Well, and if we're going to go by stats, Frank Gore has an argument if we're going to go by stats.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Nick Chubb, Vic? You're thinking of Nick Chubb?
No, I was saying that Walter Payton has that award named after him. Yeah, the man of the year.
Yeah.
Now that's for off the field stuff.
The greatest. Barry is the greatest.
Walter Payton Award is for people that do charity stuff. Yeah.
Maybe you didn't watch him, Vic, but Pete, you watched him. Scott, you watched him. Slim, you watched him. Barry's the greatest. We all know it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. The motherfucker at Oklahoma State in 1988, he ran for 2,628 yards in 11 games. Come on.
Not only that, he was the best player on a terrible team for 15 years or however long he played.
Yes. He only played 10 years, but still,
whatever.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, well, they've done that twice. They did that with Barry Sanders, and they did that with Megatron.
Yeah.
And now the only reason that Megatron's not the greatest receiver of all time is because there was a guy called Jerry Rice. But other than that, I would say it was Megatron.
So Nature Boy brings up a good point. He says Jim Brown was the only player to average over 100 yards per game for his entire career, which is pretty impressive.
He was playing in the 60s against plumbers and firemen. Stop. It's
against who?
Plumbers and firemen.
Plumbers and firemen.
Okay.
See, that's a dumb argument.
I'm jumping right up and showing my age here. I know you guys probably don't remember Bum Phillips with the Houston Oilers and coaching them. And all he did was run Earl Campbell. Every damn play, it was Earl Campbell. And Earl Campbell would get 5-6 yards, carry about 7 or 8 on his back with him. That's why the man can hardly damn walk these days.
Right. Listen, I'm not saying that Jim Brown's not good. Jim Brown good. Barry Sanders better. That's all I'm saying.
As far as numbers and stats, but
Barry's the man, dude.
Yeah, who has Jim Brown played?
Numbers were put in from the USFL. Herschel will be right up there too, because Herschel was a force of nature as well.
All right, we got.
Barry could avoid people. Barry was amazing. He was an amazing runner. Yeah, no doubt.
Barry was ridiculous. He had knees of plastic, dude. Barry was different, bro. Jim Brown, amazing. Barry Sanders, the GOAT.
Well, here's another one I'm just going to throw out there to you. If he had played longer, Bo Jackson.
I'm with you.
Dale Sayers if he had played longer.
He was.
Deion Sanders was. We're talking about running back. Deion Sanders was great. Probably one of the greatest quarterbacks.
No, he said Gale Sayers, not Deion Sanders.
I don't think Bo Jackson would have been the greatest of all time, but he was probably the most dominant the time that he played. I mean, he was on. I mean, nobody had an answer for him. Nobody.
No, he was amazing.
Yeah.
He was
a freak of nature.
When he played.
Come on, at corner. Yeah, Deion might be the greatest corner, with the possible exception of Darryl Green. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I'll give you that. Yep.
But dude, running back Barry Sanders is it. That's it. Barry's it, dude. Barry's the best.
Yeah.
Barry's the best.
Well, is Octavian in here in the chat?
He is. He's going to come out. I got to hear what he's got to say here.
Because Octavian, you owe me money.
Oh, damn.
From last year.
You done one talk?
Yeah, we lost to Tennessee, man. I'm hurt.
I'm waiting for that $100, Octavian.
I'm hurt.
You're hurting. So what you said?
I want to jump off the Rocky Mountains.
Hey,
I'll do that.
there's plenty of places you can do that at.
Not till you pay me my money.
No, don't do that. Love yourself, Octavian. You got to love yourself, bro.
I was at that game the other day. I really wanted to kill Billy Napier when he went for that jet sweep on 4th down.
Man.
You were at the game?
Guys, I got to run out of here. Make a phone call. Hey, thank you very much.
I love you.
Yeah.
Hey, Pete, I'm so glad you got your keys, man. And you're back to whole.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Me too.
Okay, man.
All
Take
right.
care.
Thanks.
All right, Scott.
Yeah, you got your Jeep back, Pete.
I got it.
Oh, I was having fun with some Tennessee fans because of that Florida game.
Oh, Jesus.
What's up, Lou?
I can't. Scott said he had an appointment. I wonder which doctor's office it's at.
He said,
How many 1,000-yard seasons did Bo Jackson have?
0.
Zero.
All right.
Let's stop. The guy played 2 sports. He was pretty good in both of them. He's not anywhere close to one of the greatest running backs in the NFL of all time.
No.
0,000-yard seasons.
I didn't say he was the greatest of all time. I said he was the most.
And that's back when they actually used to run the ball. 1,000 yards wasn't even really a big deal back then, because that's all they did was run.
Who's your greatest?
NFL?
Yeah.
I I don't judge players I didn't see play. Best running back I ever saw was Barry Sanders.
Yeah, see.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, when you start talking about like Jim Brown and Gale Sayers and stuff, I mean, every run I've ever seen from Jim Brown or Gale Sayers is amazing, because all I've ever seen is highlight reels of them. I didn't see them. I didn't watch them play, so I can't accurately judge it. But
he's digging out plumbers and firemen. Am I wrong?
What? Plumbers and firemen?
He's digging out plumbers and firemen.
Who have they played is what he's saying.
Oh, well, and how long had they played?
Yeah.
Bo Jackson played 6 years. How long did he play?
Yeah, until he.
Barry Sanders is the right answer. Emmitt Smith, great running back. Barry Sanders, better.
Yeah. I agree.
Adrian Peterson, great running back. Barry Sanders, better.
Octavian had to go. I hope he's not jumping off a bridge. Is there a bridge in Tallahassee somewhere?
Probably.
Uh-oh.
I mean, Florida man actually should feel pretty good about that. I'm not saying it's a win or anything, but that's way more embarrassing for Tennessee to have to go to overtime.
What's worse for Octavian, losing to Tennessee or living in Tallahassee?
Wow, man. Ooh, Tallahassee is a horrible place. They eat Band-Aids and teeth. I told you this before, man. They eat fucking, stop signs in Tallahassee.
We drove through that dump on the way to Panama City for the Slot Olympics.
It's awful.
Yeah.
This is an awful place, bro. It's an awful city. A horrible place.
Yeah. I'm glad we didn't break down there. I might not be here to speak with you today.
Yeah. I almost got murdered there. So most scared I've ever been in my life. And I live in China, bro.
So let me ask you a question, Lou, since you're on here for probably a few minutes. I know you're a very busy and important person. Why is Nate Frazier not being used more in the Georgia offense?
I wish I knew the answer, buddy.
All right.
But yeah, I watched the Clemson game like you did. I mean, I don't know if we lose the game without Nate Frazier, but that's like a 10-3 game without Nate Frazier.
Yeah, he was.
Not that he scored every touchdown, but he opened up the offense. I mean, he made Clemson have to take the run serious, which opened up some passing stuff. So I don't know. Now, I hate Branson Robinson got hurt this past weekend. I don't want anybody to get hurt. But by default now, Nate Frazier has to move up to at least number 2. So it'll be Etienne. And I do like Etienne. I don't think it's not, Etienne and Frazier should be the running backs. And it looks like that's what it's going to be because Branson Robinson is out. So
Lou,
we could see a lot more of him this week.
Yeah. Lou, when I watched that game against Clemson, I thought I anticipated Frazier having a great season, but it hasn't gone that way.
No. And I don't know how much Georgia y'all have watched since then, but Branson Robinson has looked the exact same every time he's carried the ball as he did in the first half against Clemson. Terrible.
Now is that a running back skill issue or an offensive line issue?
He's just too slow.
But is that an offensive line issue or is that a running back skill issue?
Well, the offensive line might not be as good as we hoped it would be, but when one running back is averaging 6 yards a carry and another one is averaging 1.8 behind the same offensive line.
There's somebody bleeding from that. Yeah,
he's just kind of slow, He doesn't.
Yeah, and you can use Frazier in the passing game too, can't you? I mean, he's a dual guy.
Well, that's the problem. He can catch, he can't block.
Oh.
Not that he can't, but that's the issue with freshman running backs. Any freshman running back that's good can run the ball, but can they block on 2nd and 8, a blitzing linebacker? Can they pick up the blitz? Do they know it's coming? That's what's keeping Nate Frazier off the field.
Now, Lou, I'm not going to suggest that if we played Georgia this week, we'd win the game, but I will suggest that it wouldn't be the same score, right?
That's funny. I just did my top 25 video, and at this point, propping up Clemson is the only thing that makes me feel good about UGA. So Clemson at like 8 or something. But in the video, I said the same thing, and I was like, I'll just ask y'all, if Georgia played Clemson next week, what do you think would happen? Because I don't know.
I think Georgia would win.
I don't know. I think it would be a good game.
23-20.
I don't even know if Georgia would win. I'm going to be honest. I mean, teams do get better. Some teams have a dud in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Maybe Clemson had a dud in week 1. I mean, because they beat everybody they played by 40 or 50 points. And I know the who they played thing, but they're not winning. They're not beating Mississippi State by 10. I don't see Clemson beating Mississippi State by 10. Do you?
Right.
No, but I see Georgia beating Mississippi State by 10. Clemson would beat Mississippi State by 40.
Well, I mean, you're on about Georgia giving up, 31 or whatever it was to Mississippi State. Don't forget, Clemson gave up 35 to NC State.
Yeah, but they scored 21 in the fourth quarter against the Sweeneys and the Venables.
Against your second and third string, I know, but that leads to a depth issue at Clemson.
No, it's not a depth issue. Dude, come on.
He's right. The entire defense was Dabo's kids in the fourth quarter.
It was.
I know the starters weren't all in. I understand that.
It wasn't even just the starters. It was the
14. Come on.
Why aren't there more people making fun of Georgia's center right now?
What is he? Kirby's kid?
Bobo's kid.
Oh, Bobo's kid.
Mike Bobo's son is starting center right now.
Oh man,
our top 2 centers are out.
Jalen Bobo.
Drew.
Well, I mean, when it's due to injury, I'm not going to make fun of somebody for that. I mean, Louis Cristobal is going to hit the field if a few guys get hurt.
Yeah, we'll make fun of you for that when it happens.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tyler Venables. He didn't follow his daddy to Oklahoma. He stayed at Clemson.
Oh, mad love for Tyler V. However,
those Venables kids were actually pretty good.
Yeah. Tyler Venables is good.
Well, no, Jake was better.
Jake was better, but they're both good.
Anymore, is he?
Like, unlike the Sweeney and the Herbstreit brothers, the Venables brothers, deserved a scholarship to play D1 football.
Yes, they play ball. Now, I like Jake better at linebacker than I like Tyler at safety. Tyler's not the starter anymore, and I appreciate that. We've replaced him with a better safety.
Ah, damn, Bulldog JC said Dabo put the Clemson Life kids in the fourth quarter.
Well, no, come on, man. You put the Make-A-Wish kids in. You put in the Make-A-Wish kids to let NC State
Oh,
feel better.
man.
Jesus.
Yes. NC State is a goddamn dumpster fire. What are you talking about, dude?
Yeah.
Well, NC State's not the only one. I mean, to Pete's point, yes, it's bend, don't break, but Stanford was moving that ball at will up and down the field.
Okay.
Now, I will say this: Clemson's weakness is that they don't have good run defense. They've got pretty good, at least their first string secondary, very the linebackers have been the most disappointing part of Clemson's defense this season.
That's probably been the most surprising part of my defense this year was how good the linebackers are playing.
Referees have been the best part of Miami this year.
Ooh, saucy.
Facts.
Yeah. What the
Yeah.
fuck? Right, yes.
Yeah, we had 110 yards and penalties again in the Cal game, but the referees saved us. Make it make sense.
It would be four.
Yes, dude. It was a targeting, and
no, it wasn't. Once go to my Twitter, and I posted
on Twitter.
Not one, not two, not three,
No.
but four linemen down.
an angle they only showed once during the game and never for some reason never showed it again.
Come on.
But luckily people got screen grabs of it. His forearm hit him before anything did.
Not two, not three, but four linemen downfield on that play.
I got news for you, Slim.
And it would have been offsetting penalties for the face mask on Cam Ward.
I got news for you though, Slim. You said his forearm hit the guy's head before anything else. You can still get targeting for a forearm hitting the head.
His forearm made contact first, and the forearm made contact to his shoulder.
Oh.
You are pettifogging. You're Bill O'Reilly.
No,
right now.
you can't. Hey, pictures don't lie.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Now, here's what I don't
know how to AI, and I don't know how to Photoshop. So
Miami's elite. They're elite.
no, they're not. They're exactly what I called in the offseason is wrong with them. Their secondary was a question mark, and it is. It also didn't help when their second best corner is riding around the sideline in a boot on a scooter.
Here's what I will say.
It also doesn't help when Cam Ward throws the worst interception I've ever seen in my life for a pick six.
Sure did.
You know how I feel, Slim, about the call at the end of the Virginia Tech game. We differ on opinion on that. But here's what I don't agree with: the idea that somehow the ACC refs are going to prop up the Miami for some reason. I don't think there's any reason to do that.
Well, they didn't prop us up in 17 when we were undefeated. They didn't prop us up in 14 when we were undefeated. So why would they do it now?
Oh, they're not.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
No, Slim, what's our opinion on that Virginia Tech play?
Nobody had possession of the ball.
I agree. I think it was an incomplete pass. I think Miami should have won the game.
That is that a Miami player came up with the ball somehow, but
No. I think it was.
Well, no, if you watch it in real time, that ball was constantly moving. Nobody had possession of it.
Yeah, but that's not the way it works. You have to have indisputable video evidence that the call needs to be overturned, and there wasn't any.
Actually, there was.
No, I was Slim on this. That's bullshit. Look,
The evidence is on Twitter, Pete.
Oh yeah, I got to go check out Twitter to find out the truth.
No, that's just where I posted the screenshots from it.
That was not an interception. No. Come on, it was not a touchdown either. It was an incomplete pass. Let's be real.
Yeah, but they called it a touchdown.
I think that was the more egregious part of it. Is the refs coming up and saying it was a touchdown.
I'm a Slim on this. That was a bad call. It was an incomplete pass.
Because by the time the refs, to Vic's point, by the time the refs got over there, a Miami player had possession of the ball. So how are you going to call it a touchdown?
No.
Yeah, I saw Miami play had possession of the ball and the crowd cheer, and I thought that was the end of it. But
well, they should allow the referees to say, "Shit, I don't know." And let's go to replay. Right?
Yeah, just let it go to. Don't make a call. Let it go to replay. Would have been the right thing to do, and the replay showed that nobody had possession.
What was worse?
I agree with you, Slim.
What was worse?
I agree with you. I think that was a proper Miami win. That was an incomplete pass.
What was worse? Nico running out of bounds to expire the clock, or Will Howard sliding to expire the clock? Or are they equally bad?
I think.
Well, they're not equally bad for one reason. Will Howard has been playing ball for 4 years.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I think that's why it's worse for him to do it than Nico.
And here's why. Will Howard could have had some thought in his mind that he might have 1 second left.
Can we go back to play before that though? Because I was screaming at the. I'm not even
on the clock. What the fuck's he doing?
I'm not even an Ohio
It
State
wasn't
fan.
even a first down though. So it wouldn't have stopped the clock. So even if there was 1 second left when he slid,
Right.
it wasn't a first down.
Well, and everybody's jumping on Will Howard, and rightfully so, but nobody's jumping on Chip Kelly for you're in field goal range.
Yes, thank you.
Why are you trying to pass the ball?
Yeah, exactly. That screwed them. The offensive pass interference. All they had to do was run the ball up the middle, call a timeout, kick a field goal, go home with a win. That's it.
Yep.
Let me cry a single tear for Ohio State. All right, I'm crying.
Chip Kelly's a five-star dummy.
I'm just calling it what it is.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man.
Yeah. I was screaming at my TV, and I hate Ohio State. But when they threw that ball and got that pass interference, that might have been the dumbest play call I've seen all season.
Don't you love it though when those big games live up to the hype though?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Penn State, USC. We had so many overtime games this week, didn't we?
Yeah.
LSU
LSU led that game for 0 seconds.
Yeah, pay Pete.
yeah.
Won.
And they won.
Pay
Florida,
Pete.
Tennessee, Penn State, USC was overtime.
Dude,
all
has
that.
anybody heard any updates? I didn't see who it was. I had like the 6-game view on, but I saw they had to stretch her off. It was either a Vandy or a Kentucky player during that game. And I didn't know if anybody had heard any updates on him.
I think it was a Vandy player, but no, I haven't heard any updates.
Oh, yeah, he had like a neck injury.
Poverty, was it?
No, it wasn't Pavia.
And then in the Colorado game,
And poverty on the rest of the SEC.
and then in the Colorado game, they had to drive an ambulance out on the field to come get a ref. Our ref got fucking laid out.
Was it a head injury or something?
I don't know. I had it turned down anyway because the kids were still running around the house yelling, so I couldn't hear it.
Travis Hunter's hurt
The
again.
refs are gonna have to start wearing those. What do you call the things? The Guardian caps. Refs are gonna wear them.
Well, Colorado was without their top two receivers, but Horn and what's his face? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hunter.
I don't like admitting it, but Colorado is better than we thought it would be.
They paid Pete too.
They are.
I had them at plus 7.5. They won. They lost by 4.
Hold on, Luke. Colorado this week is where's my shit at?
They play
are
Arizona.
3.5-point dogs at Arizona.
I need to know, is Hunter and Horn both playing or not? Before I
I'm
even.
not sure if it matters. Arizona's pretty good.
That's why it does
Arizona's
matter.
Terrible. Arizona is terrible.
I think it matters either way. I mean, that's like 70% of their offense between those two guys.
It is.
Doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. BYU is dick slapping everybody in that conference.
Yeah.
They
They
are.
beat everybody by 40. They just beat Arizona by 40.
They did.
Yeah.
That's
30
why
or 40.
I'm not holding that one against Arizona because BYU's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Is that Celine Driver's new
State
favorite
by
team?
40.
Is that Celine Driver's new favorite team since they got that Jewish guy on there, on that team?
He's the BY Jew, man.
The BY Jew.
The BY Jew.
BYU.
That was okay. That was good.
That's what they call him. That's like his real. You must not have watched Game Day, Slim.
Who is he's a quarterback or something?
No, I forget what position he plays. I don't know, but they did a whole segment on Game Day about him because he's a Jew on a Mormon team. and he said
he can't eat bacon, but on Yom Kippur he can. Right?
he said on the show, he said, I don't mind the BY Jew thing. He said I embrace it. And he said I love when people call me that.
Yeah.
Dang.
So
Say no more.
all the BYU players have to fast on Yom Kippur, but he can eat bacon or whatever, something like that. I don't know.
I tell you who else I'm a big fan of now. That ham-hocked motherfucker for Penn State.
Why you calling
Tyler,
me?
whatever
on
his
now.
name is,
Is he-
Tyler Warren?
The ham hock guy, he's not the center that caught the touch. Did y'all see that? When the Penn State center caught the touchdown pass?
I
Yeah.
Oh,
did.
he's a tight end.
Holy
He's a
hell.
tight end.
He got mossed by a center. That now he ought to get kicked off the team for
He's
that.
a long snapper or whatever.
Whatever he was, he mossed
No,
that
bro,
guy in the end
He
zone.
had 200 yards receiving. His name is Tyler Warren. He's a
Yeah, that's
tight
the
end.
tight end. Yeah. That's the
No, I'm
tight
not.
end.
I'm talking about the center.
That's his name.
The center caught a touchdown
My
pass.
friend's got a big
That's
old
who I'm
hard
talking
on for him.
Warren.
Why do you-
Ham-hock.
Why do you call him Ham Hock?
Why not?
No,
Have you
I'm not.
seen him? He looks like an offensive guard.
Yeah, he's big.
Yeah. No, James Franklin's got a big old hard on for him. Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah, he's like the Taysom Hill of college football. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he lines up all over the place, quarterback, tight end, wide receiver, fullback, just does everything. Yeah.
I accept your apology, Slim Pickens. He says he can't troll me about Dave Dorn anymore. He's terrible. I've been trying to tell you guys he's terrible for 5-6 years now.
Reality.
Yeah, reality's setting in.
Tidal wave halfway through the season.
Now the question is, will they fire him?
No.
I don't think so either.
Probably not.
But is that Tennessee's best win?
Oklahoma.
No.
I mean, Oklahoma's a better name, but Oklahoma's not a good football team.
Well, they don't
Tennessee
have
doesn't have a good win. They don't have a good win.
Well,
NC State sucks. NC State is awful.
they might not make a bowl game.
No, they won't. And fucking Florida shit. Who else did they beat? Who they played, Lou? Who they played?
Well, they lost to Arkansas. They lost to the Woo Pigs.
Yeah.
Florida State and NC State are single-handedly responsible for screwing up Clemson's strength of schedule or strength of record.
They're fucking up our conference, bro.
They were supposed to both be good.
They were.
Screwing up your regular record.
Now we're just gonna have to beat, I guess, a 9-0 Pitt, I guess, whenever we play them. Whatever. Like, okay.
That's another team. They're 6-0 for the first time since 1982. But
they're not okay. Cool.
I understand,
Pitt's
but
great. No. Pitt's amazing. Pitt's amazing.
No, they're not amazing. I never said that.
No,
but
I will say that. Pitt's amazing. Come on, we need some pump for the ACC.
I mean, I hope they keep winning until we play them, just so we get some kind of credit for something.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
they're not amazing.
No, we know that.
You don't need any credit in the era of the 12-team playoff.
They're a good ACC team. They're not great. They're not bad. They're good. That's it.
They're
Is everybody still dying on the hill of there's only 4 teams that can win a natty?
Not this year. I guess
This year.
Unlike a lot of people, I'll admit when I was wrong because I've been dying on that hill for the past 2 years. I'll admit I'm wrong about this year. I'm wrong about that.
These playoffs are going to be absolutely insane, dude.
It is.
They are. Now, granted, most years are not like this, though.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, most years aren't, but this is going to be a wild November and December.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
And am I the only one getting like some 90s vibes with BYU and Miami looking decent?
Boise State.
I'm not hating on Boise State at all.
They might be able to make the playoffs. They're not winning it all, though.
No.
Here's something that I heard that was interesting, right? So Boise State. So the rule is that the 4 buys go to the 4 top conference champions. But what if
4 highest ranked conference champions? Yeah.
Right. So what if Boise State goes 12-1 is higher ranked than the Big 12 champion?
Then they'll get a bye. But I don't think they'll be higher ranked than BYU, who's probably winning the Big 12.
Well, can y'all imagine seeing
not going undefeated though? What if BYU or Iowa State has 2 losses and wins the Big 12? Boise State goes 12-1 with 1 field goal loss at Oregon, right?
Yeah, but what would their best win be?
So then there you go. Boise State's going to get the bye over the Big 12 champion.
Well, it's not just based on well, who's their best win? Boise.
I don't know.
UNLV.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't know who's left on their schedule, but
UNLV, Washington State.
They already beat Washington State,
or whoever they play in their championship, their conference championship game.
Well, UNLV twice, I guess.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough sledding for a Group 5 team to get the bye.
Yeah.
Yes, it's possible, but it's not likely.
Well, they might not get a bye. Imagine a home field game on the blue turf, though.
Yeah.
Well, who has the Boise State TV contract? Because that's all that determines the playoffs. At least that's what I've heard.
You're right.
What does Kirk Herbstreit think about Boise State?
Yeah, that's what we need to know.
Yeah.
Does the Mountain West games? I think it's the CBS Sports Network that usually does.
I think Kirk Herbstreit might give them a bye. Yeah.
Kirk Herbstreit thinks Alabama's better.
Kirk Herbstreit will call the CEO of Disney, and he'll see to it.
Alabama lose 5 games, but Kirk Herbstreit thinks they're better, so it's fine.
Now, Alabama fans think Kirk Herbstreit hates them.
Really?
Yeah, of course. Everybody thinks everybody hates their team.
Yeah.
Just like you think ESPN hates Clemson.
Is Kirk Herbstreit the most hated announcer? I'm telling you, Clemson fans think he hates Clemson. Ohio State fans think he hates Ohio State, even though he played for them. I mean,
here's my thing with Kirk Herbstreit. Does anybody try and be more unbiased than him?
I don't know if he's.
Tries.
I don't know whether he's trying to do anything. I think he's just giving his opinion.
State, but fuck Florida State, so whatever.
Dude, I actually like Kirk Herbstreit because this floats around a bunch of like Miami group chats and shit. But when he went off on the Miami program, Manny Diaz's last year, a lot of Miami fans contribute that to, embarrassing the university. And that's what kicked the administration into gear about opening up the pocketbook finally and, getting rid of Manny, going after an experienced coach and Mario.
Yeah, I mean, breaking news. Kirk Herbstreit has an opinion, like the rest of us. I mean,
Yeah, right.
it's like, I mean, even I picked Ohio State. Nobody hates Ohio State more than me, or maybe at least as much. I picked them to win the national championship this year.
And they still might.
And they might.
Yeah.
Oh, Gary Danielson is the most hated. Yeah, but he's not. He's just an announcer. He's not really a. Does he do anything else other than announce games? I don't think so. He might have.
think so.
He might have a podcast. I mean, everyone has a podcast now. Boy, I couldn't listen to him. I couldn't listen to 3 hours of him. I can tell you that. I mean, doing a podcast and not the.
He probably jerks off from time to time. Yeah.
Well, he's down bad too. Now he's doing Big Ten games, isn't he?
Yeah. He's doing NFL games on Thursday night. Jesus.
He is?
Yeah, he's doing Amazon Thursday night games. Yeah.
Gary Danielson?
No, I'm talking about Kirk.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about Gary Danielson.
Why is Fox so retarded? Wasn't the Oregon-Ohio State game on NBC?
It was.
Why is Fox so retarded?
Well,
I don't know. It's a good question.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question.
Fox has always been retarded, and they will continue to be retarded. Their news program is retarded, and so
You paying every team $100 million a year, and then you put the biggest game of the year on your rival. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how the picking process works between the networks. So, because I know NBC also has a deal with the Big Ten, a secondary deal, but. That's a fail for Fox that they weren't able to get the Ohio State Oregon.
They must. I guess they do a bidding thing on it, right? They bid on those.
Fox's news program is also.
You realize that Fox Sports and Fox News are owned by 2 different people, right?
Yeah, they are.
That's like 20th Century Fox. Guess what? Disney owns it.
Right, but they don't own Fox News or Fox Sports.
No, they don't. Like, all this shit's owned by different people.
Well, what about BlackRock controlling the Hurricanes? Don't they also own everything, too?
Now, wait a minute. I thought that was the military with their heart machine in Antarctica.
Yeah, but I think that's owned by BlackRock.
Well, you may be right on that one, actually.
Marjorie Taylor Greene just won't back down from that steering the Hurricanes argument that she's on.
Yeah. Yes. We can control the weather, and so we're going to hammer Florida. We're going to crush our own country. It's awesome.
Hey, I actually saw, speaking of Twitter, I saw something on Twitter. They were saying that when the hurricane changed direction, it all of a sudden it's heading towards a red county in Florida.
I saw
trying to use the whole cloud seeding research thing as her proof that we're steering hurricanes.
No, that is real.
Like in Nevada, they're trying to create rain in Nevada through cloud seeding or whatever, and so that's proof that we have the ability to steer hurricanes.
Yeah, well, no, the cloud seeding thing is real. They do it in Dubai once a week to make it rain there once a week. So I mean, that's not. I mean, that's a real thing. But that's
cloud seeding is real. Yeah, cloud seeding is real, but it's not proof that the United States government is steering hurricanes towards Trump counties.
No. Well, first of all the Trump counties are where hurricanes hit naturally.
Right. I mean, like, this isn't new that Florida's getting hammered by hurricane.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what are they going to say when, Dade County gets hit?
Yeah.
They forgot to steer that one?
Yeah. Oops. Whoops.
I saw this video on Twitter yesterday, and the responses were hilarious. It was like, there's a new hurricane out there, and they showed the path of it. And basically, it goes over Florida, turns around, comes back over Florida again, then goes up and hits Louisiana, then comes back in the Gulf, goes back over Florida. Like, it hits Florida like 6 times. And there's people in the comments going, oh my God, this is terrible.
The right guys or whatever it was to me at the time, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Sharpie was most important. You gotta use the Sharpie there.
Joe Poseidon. That's a good one.
Hey, Pete, y'all inspired us. We're going Halloween decoration shopping today.
Oh, wow. That sounds fun.
Oh.
We want a tarantula or whatever like you have.
Well, it's a giant cat.
Inspiring people.
But we got our Halloween decorations on Amazon like every other red-blooded American. So.
Yeah, well, we were too dumb to do that. We're going to that Spirit Halloween store.
Oh, yeah, they got good stuff there.
The kids want to go walk around the Halloween store is what it is. They're out of school today for some kind of teacher work day or something.
Well, Columbus Day.
So we told them we take them to the Halloween store.
Well, you know what you might be able to find in there is some costumes for your show.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to look for that for sure, yeah. Yeah, find some.
I'm not going to lie. I miss the Miami Superfan.
The duck?
No. The pastor of the cigar you did. Yeah.
Yeah, Uncle U. Yeah.
Uncle U. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that one, the guy you called a waterhead,
But, I mean, unfortunately, Mark Rick retired, so the Superfan had to go, but God, that was good. He's another one I'm putting in the Lee Corso category. Like, it's starting to get real hard to watch him on TV. He's deteriorating very quickly.
Yeah.
I got me a costume in Nashville.
Has anybody else noticed that Lee Corso's been MIA the last 2 weeks?
Well, he can't fly out to the West Coast. That's too far.
A cowboy hat and a belt buckle ain't a costume. That's just redneck.
A cowboy hat, and yeah, it is to me.
And a what?
It is to me.
Are you going to wear it?
I'm wearing my belt buckle right now. I actually like this belt. But as far as the cowboy hat goes, that's for special occasions.
A cowboy hat, a belt buckle, and a Hawaiian shirt. There you go.
Yeah.
You didn't get no chaps?
Didn't get any chaps. And I also didn't get any boots. Do you guys know how expensive those fucking boots are?
Yes,
oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. We walked by this one place that said, buy one pair of cowboy boots, get 2 free. I told Mrs. Pete, I said, I'll get 1 pair. You can get 2 for free. Because, I mean, for women, cowboy boots is like, that's a thing. Yeah. We went in there. The cheapest pair of boots in there was $450.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, never mind.
Compared to some, dude, I paid over $3 for my gator skin boots.
Yeah, see?
Maybe you should check the same place you got your Halloween decorations for some cowboy boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never pay $400 for shoes.
Well, that place was packed and people were buying the shit out of them. So
they are.
Yeah.
People bitch about Jordans, man. Fucking, go get you some Lucchese boots. Those are like $600 a pair.
I ain't got no interest in that.
Lucchese.
I do have a new pair of Jordans arriving today, though.
Hopefully, I'm saving my cowboy outfit for if Clemson ends up playing Texas or somebody like that in the playoffs. I'll wear that when I'm streaming.
What about cowboy boots, belt buckle, cowboy hat, and bathing suit on Slob Cruise?
Hey,
you know what? I have all of those. I can do that.
You know what? Now you're giving me some ideas here.
Yeah, you want to talk about expensive? Fucking cowboy hats are expensive.
Can you see Pete walking out on the pool deck on the cruise ship wearing nothing but cowboy boots, a bathing suit, and a cowboy?
That is an amazing costume. I'm not gonna lie, and a Hawaiian shirt with no undershirt that's open.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That might be worse than Billy Paul's Speedo idea.
Now that will win if he wears the Speedo.
Pete, did you hit that last bet last night?
No. So I was 3-0 on Saturday, and I was 2-0 going into the Sunday night game last night, and I lost that one. So I was whatever that is, 4-1.
That's the best time to go on a streak is at the end of the week because you don't have a chance to lose it. He has to pay you on Monday.
I got paid right on time this morning, right at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, me too. Not as much as you, but about 1:30.
That's a good thing too because I was down going into this weekend. I was dumb enough to bet on baseball. Huh? You got paid last week?
No, I had to pay him last week.
Oh.
This week he paid me 130.
Yeah.
Blew down bad. First a hurricane, then you got to pay the bookie.
Yeah. Well, I got 200, but that didn't even cover half the cost of my new key. So there is that.
I told you, man. Find you a good little 10-leg parlay.
Come on.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, you could hit it. Just find you a bunch of 20-some-odd point favorites.
Right. It's easy.
Yeah. So easy. Everyone does it all the time, every week. Can't lose. Oh.
Well, just don't bet on Tennessee or Alabama, and you'll be all right.
All right, I got to jump out of here. We're about to hit the road.
All right. Have fun.
Lunch money tonight?
Yeah. Lunch money tonight.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Speaking of lunch money, yeah, Clemson's a covering machine. 5 straight weeks they covered. And on a streak like that, there's no reason to stop betting on them until they don't cover. Yeah.
Yeah, I might hit up Clemson to cover.
21 points.
Clemson ain't my team. I'll bet on.
Games in Clemson too.
Who y'all got this week?
Virginia.
Oh yeah, good story, but I mean Virginia's better than. I think they're a better team than what we thought preseason.
Well, they've already won as many games as we picked them to win for the entire season.
Right.
No, we had them at 4-8. They're 4-2 right now.
Shout out Tony Elliott.
Yeah, Tony Elliott. He's making his triumphant return back to Clemson.
Good story.
So, but here's the thing that worries me. Dabo likes Tony Elliott too much to blow him off the field. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
How big of a favorite are you?
21.
And I mean, that'll probably still happen.
Yeah, I think they should cover that. But hey, you never know. A belt buckle and tube socks. Yeah, I'm not doing that. No.
What?
Tube socks. Well, I do have tube socks. They're just not white.
Virginia will go
I think I still have 8 pair of white ones left.
Virginia will go 6-6.
No, I think they win more than that. 7, maybe.
It's possible. I mean, I could see that. I could see that either one of those happening.
That'll be a good game at the end of the year between them and Virginia Tech.
Yeah. I like Virginia Tech to win the game. Yeah, Virginia Tech's better than Virginia.
Well, historically...
Now I want Tony Elliott to win, of course, but I love Tony, but yeah. White tube socks with the 90s. Jesus.
What's up, Jarrett?
What's going on?
How's it going, buddy?
Good. I know Georgia. I know Uncle Lou was talking about Georgia already. Yeah, I'm not too high on Georgia right now. They look below average. They don't look good defensively. You know, it's like he said in a video a couple hours ago or so. He said they looked like 2016 defense when they played Mississippi State. That's what it looked like. And it did. That's how bad it looked. When I first started watching Kirby play and coach play by play, that's what it looked like. It looked like 2016 defense of old. And I'm like, God, we're resulting back to that shit.
Well, the thing about Georgia is I still think they have a very good defense. They're just inconsistent.
Yeah, but you got to be consistent all the time. You can't be inconsistent every time.
Oh, I know.
You lose games.
I know. I agree. That's why you lost to Alabama.
Yeah.
Dude, how bad does that loss look right now?
Yeah, it's not looking great.
Well, it don't look good because if we lose again, we're definitely not getting to the playoffs. We're definitely getting out of the top 12. We're probably going below Tennessee.
I think you can afford to lose one more, but not two.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got two really tough games. Well, I guess if you count Tennessee, I guess you could say three, but I don't. But anyway,
Tennessee, I'm not scared by Tennessee because they can't get no points on the board.
No,
their defense is
good. Your average ass knob and put you in the playoff anyway.
Their defense is great, but they can't get no points on the board.
Yeah. 9-3 Georgia. The committee will slob your average knob and put you in anyway.
No, 9-3.
No, that's not going to happen. No, that's not going to happen.
I hope not. I wouldn't put it past their corrupt ass.
Well, and especially after the committee doesn't want all the blowback that they got last year. I think you're going to see them probably taking a hard look at who gets in and spread it out, I think, as fairly as they can amongst the conferences.
Pray tell your lips to God's ears, Slim. Let's go.
Like, here's the thing. You're probably going to have, if I had to pick it right now, you're going to have, like, out of the Big 12, 2 at least 11-win teams. I think Iowa State's probably going to have 11 wins, and BYU will have 11 plus wins.
Clemson and Miami, same.
Yep. And I think you get two teams from both of those conferences.
Okay.
And Notre Dame seems like they're getting better as the weeks go on.
Yeah.
I think Notre Dame, I've said it, and granted, I don't like it. I don't think they should be, but a 10-win Notre Dame is in the playoffs.
How about
any question?
How 11-win Notre Dame definitely is.
They still got to play Army and Navy. They'll lose one of those.
Maybe.
No.
Army's offense is for real.
I know that. But
that's a good academy school. That's a very good academy school. They look good this year.
Yeah, but Navy's good too. I mean, but Army, I think I can't wait for that Army-Navy game this year. I mean, I like it every year, but I think this year it's going to be a next level game.
I hope Notre Dame gets fucked over by Army or Navy.
I think they might lose to one of them, and then they're not
getting in. They can lose one of them and they're still in.
No, they're not. They're not getting in because they're not in the conference.
Okay.
I think they win both and get in.
What about Southern?
Not getting in.
What about
to an unranked team?
Southern Cal.
The committee doesn't. The committee doesn't care.
Notre Dame's 11-1. They're in. Stop. They're in.
No.
Like, once again, I'm not a fan of it, but a 10-2 Notre Dame is as much of a lock as a conference winner.
They're going to look back, just like they're going to look back at that loss to Northern Illinois, and they're going to be like, y'all really lost to an unranked team, a D3 school, and they're going to look back at that over other teams. They're going to look back at that.
Guess what's a worse loss than Northern Illinois? Fucking Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt's a ranked school. That's D4.
Northern Illinois is not a D3 school. You're talking out of your asshole. They're not a D3 school. Come on.
The point is, Northern Illinois is not a big school. That's what I'm trying to say. They're not a big school. They're not a big school.
D3 school. That's not what they are.
No, but they're a good team. They've got like the majority of that team is juniors and seniors.
Yeah, but
And they got good coaching.
They're not a big school. They're not a big name school, and I would not. And if they lose to Army or Navy, I still wouldn't say they get in. If they were in a conference and they lost to somebody like that, I would say maybe they get in. But if they lose again, I still think that it might not get in because there's a lot of other teams that could have a better record than they do.
Yeah.
You know, and get in over them.
I agree. Losing to two non-Power 4 teams is a bad look. But Army's good, though, for real.
Yeah,
So,
Army's a good team.
They might get an exception for that. I don't know. Depends on what. It also depends on what the score looks like. If they lose by 3 touchdowns to Army, they're definitely out. But
I'm still not certain of that.
They still got to play Southern Cal too.
Southern Cal just lost to Penn State.
Yeah, but Penn State's undefeated.
They are.
I still think Ohio State shit the bed like they always do. They shit the bed like they did in Oregon. I mean, they can't win big games to save their life. What is Ryan Day doing?
Well, terrible play calling. That's what he's doing. Is he the play caller still? Or is it Chip Kelly got taken over the play calling?
Exactly. I thought Chip Kelly was supposed to be taking the play calls, not Ryan Day.
Boy.
Okay. Shit on Ryan Day. Name me a coach with a better record in his first 5 years of being a head coach.
I can say that, but still, he's not winning big games. He's not getting over the hump. Because
he's only been a head coach for 5 years. Bobby Bowden didn't get over the hump for 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at Kirby. Look at Dabo Swinney.
It took Dabo 5 years too.
It took Dabo a decade. It took Dabo 5 years just to beat South Carolina.
That's not true. No.
He started off his first 5 years. He lost South Carolina.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
He beat South Carolina his first year. Come on.
Yeah, and when Steve Spurrier was the head coach at South Carolina, in the first 3 years, Steve Spurrier was 1-2 against Dabo Swinney.
Dabo beat South Carolina his very first year. Yes, he did.
So what was it, the 5 after that he lost in?
Yeah, so he won 2 out of the first 3, then lost 5 in a row, and then of course after that it was 7 in a row. Right.
Yeah. And Kirby went 7-5 his first year, 8-5 with the bowl game. Ryan Day hasn't had a season that bad yet.
Nick Saban.
Well, not even here's. I'm not even comparing it to Alabama because Nick Saban had been a head coach for 15 plus years at that point. Look at his first 5 years. I think his first head coaching job was Toledo. He was god awful.
Right. Right. Well, we agree on this. Clemson shouldn't have fired Dabo after 2.5 mediocre seasons, right? Come on.
And my point is Ryan Day hasn't won less than 11 games in his history of being a head coach.
Okay. So I agree with you that Ohio State should not fire Ryan Day, but they're arrogant asshole, and they should fire Ryan Day because it would be the funniest thing ever.
Oh yeah, it would be hilarious.
Now I do agree that Ryan Day took Ryan Day.
Right, they should objectively. Ohio State should not fire Ryan Day.
Ryan Day was hired with one of the best rosters in the country right out the gate. So I will say that.
Kirby.
So probably not as good as Ryan Day's roster.
Not quite, but that was the number 6 roster in the nation that Kirby took over.
Ryan Day is the epitome of born on third base, thought he hit a triple.
I mean, so is Dan Lanning, and he's done less than Mario Cristobal's done. Fuck, at least Cristobal's got the argument that Oregon was 4-8 when he got there.
Dabo was born in the dugout and hit a home run. All right.
Eventually.
Now, fucking Ryan Day.
We're not talking about Dabo. Jesus Christ, the whole universe doesn't revolve around Dabo, you weirdo.
Right, but you talk about Miami like it's your job, and this is the Clemson show, so fuck you. Look, Ryan Day was born on third base.
I'm talking about Ohio State, not fucking Miami, dipshit.
Right, that's why I'm talking about Ryan Day. Ryan Day was born on third base, thought he hit a triple. Dabo was born in the dugout and actually hit a home run. Fuck Ryan Day. But I hope they fire him because I actually do think he's a good coach, and I hate Ohio State. And it'd be fucking hilarious if they fire him because that would be incompetent as hell.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting, unless the wheels fall off after the Oregon loss and they lose 3 games, he's not getting fired.
No, I agree. But what happens if they fuck up and lose to Michigan and miss the playoff because of it?
They're not losing to Michigan. Michigan's terrible.
Well, they've also literally never, as much as Ohio State fans have said it. Well, here's the thing. No matter how much Ohio State fans say it, it's not true. No coach has ever been fired from Ohio State for losing to Michigan.
Okay. Yeah.
Even a coach that's lost, what is it, 4 or 5 years in a row now? 4?
3. They didn't play in 2020.
Yeah, so if they lose to them this year, that'd be 4.
Yeah, if they lose to them this year, it'd be 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny? I'm rooting for that so hard. I hope Michigan beats them. Fuck, that'd be funny.
I don't think that's happening, but it will be funny.
It'll be funny shit.
Are the rumors true that Jim Harbaugh shit his pants on the sideline yesterday?
I do not know.
Did y'all hear about this?
I don't know, but that'd be funny.
I didn't hear about this, no.
He, in the middle of the game, he ran off the field suddenly and went in the locker room for like 20 minutes. And then I guess he came back out. I think he might have sharded.
He did a little
Hey, man, it happens to the best of us. If anybody on this panel or in this chat says they've never sharded, you're a liar.
Oh, yeah.
I have sharded.
Of course.
I have sharded, yeah.
Happens to the best of us.
It always happens at the worst time, too. Like, it doesn't happen while you're alone in your living room. It happens like when you're out in public.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I had to give a speech, and Sujo happened to be right before I had to get on stage.
Oh, damn.
You got to give the speech for me this time, bro, because I got to go to the bathroom.
Damn, that's the worst.
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, you were out last night." I'm like, "Yeah, I was, but that notwithstanding, you got to give the speech right now." So,
yeah.
that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually if you, and I haven't done this in a long time, but back in the early 2000s and the late 90s, if you drink Jägermeister all night at the bar, then you're definitely going to shit your pants the next day. You may as well wear a diaper.
Don't trust the fart, bro. What they say when you reach your 40s, which I'm not quite there yet, and I know you're not slim either, but you say never miss a bathroom, never waste a hard on, and never trust a fart.
Right, listen, I'm not 40 yet, but guess what? I don't trust farts already.
Yeah.
You say never waste a hard on? Damn, man.
Never miss a bathroom, never waste a hard on, and never trust a fart.
I don't know about the last two.
Did y'all see the Cowboys ass whooping yesterday?
Huh?
Huh?
Did y'all see the Cowboys ass whooping yesterday?
They're awful.
Yeah, my buddy's a Lions fan. Holy shit, he was out at the bar all night long because our time was flipped, right? So for us, the NFL starts at midnight or 1 a.m. rather. My buddy's a Lions fan. He was there all night long, hammered. I walked up because I'm a Bengals fan. I rocked up at the bar at 8 in the morning to watch the Bengals play the Giants, and this dude was hammered off his tits. And goddamn, he was hooting and hollering, buying shots for everybody because the Lions beat the ever-loving fuck out of the Cowboys.
Lions might.
I was here for it.
Lions are good.
Yeah. 47-9 in Jerry rolled in front of his face. Come on now.
I mean, that was worse than that ass beating Tampa put on fucking New Orleans yesterday.
Yep. Spencer Rattler is a fucking, come on.
Choke artist.
Spencer Rattler's a rookie. Stop it. Spencer Rattler's a good quarterback.
Spencer Rattler.
He's not a good quarterback. He's a choke artist. In the biggest moments, he will choke. I promise you, he will. He did that at South Carolina. He did that at Oklahoma.
Yes, but I told you I start Mike Evans and Chris Godwin in my fantasy.
Listen, I hate South Carolina. How bad they were on offense was not Spencer Rattler's fault. He was the best player on that offense.
Yeah.
He was. It would have been exponentially worse without Spencer Rattler.
I mean, that guy. I mean, he was running for his life. Their offensive line was so bad.
I told you, so my fantasy team starts Godwin and Evans, and so you know what I'm doing this week? I'm winning. I appreciate that.
You know what I probably wouldn't have done is do that against New Orleans because Marcus Lattimore has had Mike Evans' number.
No, Evans didn't have a good week, but Godwin went off. Godwin.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. You can lock up one of them, but it's hard to lock up both of them.
Right, that's why I got them both, baby.
Baker Mayfield threw
with you on that.
Mayfield threw 2 interceptions in the first half.
Baker Mayfield's face and make him mess up. You can mess him up. Just get pressure in his face. He'll miss. It's easy to make him mess up.
But guess what? You get pressure in any quarterback's face, they're going to miss. I mean, that's kind of a universal statement. Yeah. Tom Brady was the same way. Aaron Rodgers the same way. Pat Mahomes the same way. I mean, that applies to any quarterback. You get in their face and get pressure on them, they're going to fuck up.
Not Lamar Jackson.
Well, Lamar Jackson can't get clutch in the playoffs. That's his problem.
I don't know.
He can't get past.
Hey, Volusia, you remember my Super Bowl pick, right?
I picked the Chiefs to win last year.
Now, you want to talk about some fucking fixing shit to make sure some teams win. Goddamn, Kansas City should have a couple losses.
Yeah. Yes, it should.
It's bad. It's called bad. The refs just aren't good referees. It's just refs aren't good at doing their job. That's all it is. I mean, I ain't blaming the refs. It's just you just need better refs.
I'll blame the refs when you pull a pass interference out of nowhere on somebody that's 4 yards away from the person that it supposedly happened to.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me about that fucking pass interference, man. I'm about to rage.
Hey, I'm still kind of in my feelers over that Fiesta Bowl with Ohio State.
Dude.
Hey, who won the game last night? I didn't stay up for it. Who won the Bengals game?
I don't know. I went to sleep.
Bengals won 17-7. We won
17-7. Okay. Yeah. Who's the quarterback for New York now? Is it still Daniel Jones?
I thought the Bengals were going to go 0-17 the way they started. Jesus.
Is Jones still starting for New York?
Danny Dimes, yeah, and Joe Burrow for us, yeah.
So who's behind Jones? Because he's having a terrible year.
Well, they paid him $40 million a year. They gave him a $160 million contract, so he's the man.
Okay.
And so they're the New York Giants. What do you expect? Now, Dexter Lawrence is playing great.
Of course he is.
Man, how is it Andy Dalton looks like a better quarterback than Bryce Young?
Because he is.
Pete, Dexter Lawrence is the best defensive tackle in the NFL.
One of them.
Trevor Lawrence is. I hate to say it, but I think Trevor Lawrence is a bust.
I don't know, man. Did you watch that game?
Incorrect.
Two dropped. I mean, absolute dimes just dropped by the receivers in the end zone. 2 touchdowns taken off the board.
Peterson immediately.
He's got
now who is a bust is Deshaun Watson to Cleveland. That's a bust.
That's because he had too many cases on his ass. So he's too distracted.
No, I don't think it's got anything to do with cases. I think Bill O'Brien was smart and fitted the offense around what Deshaun.
When you're removed from football for so many years, from a year and a half and change, and then you finally get back in football, and then there's so many distractions on top of that, it creates a rhythm that you don't have, and you want that rhythm to be able to get back in the swing of things.
I don't know. Watson hasn't played great.
No. The problem is when he was in Houston. No, because Michael Vick came back to the game. When he was in Houston, Bill O'Brien tailored that offense around Deshaun Watson, but Cleveland is bound and determined to try and make him play a pro style offense, and it just does not fit Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah, perhaps.
It's not him, though.
But the people who are saying Trevor Lawrence is a bust haven't watched the Jags games this year. He is not the problem with that team. I mean, it's a bad football team. But he's still one of the best players, if not the best player on the team.
Absolutely.
He needs a lot of help.
Yep.
He just needs to get the fuck out of Jacksonville. He shouldn't have taken that contract. I'd have taken less money to get the fuck out of Jacksonville.
Well, he took less money to stay there. Yeah. That's even worse. That's even worse.
I think a team that's on a decline, the 49ers.
I mean, you want him to look better? Give him what the Dolphins have offensively.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Give him what Tampa Bay has offensively.
Yep.
Trevor Lawrence was exponentially better.
Baker, but
probably
not a better team than the Bucs.
Right now, I think it's the Jaguars are projected to get the first pick, and I know it's still a lot of time left, so who knows? But right now, I think Jacksonville is projected to get the first pick in the draft. Now, is Carolina second? Maybe. They got to be.
If not, they deserve it.
Carolina's going to get the first pick. Jacksonville's not going to get the first pick.
Yeah. Well, Jacksonville hasn't won a game yet, have they?
Yeah, they did.
They did. All right, so they're same as Carolina, 1-5. All right.
Yeah.
I figured 49ers would have been better this year. You know, I had family that lived out there in San Bernardino, and I figured they would have been good, but, man, they're on a decline. I blame Shanahan for all that shit. You know, he is the reason why they haven't won 2 Super Bowls. He's actually been in 3 Super Bowls with the Falcons, 1 with the Falcons, 2 with the 49ers. He's lost all 3 of them. That's because of that offense that he has.
Now, you keep referring to people choking. That's who you should refer to as a choke artist is Shanahan. Because that motherfucker gets in a Super Bowl and fucks them all up.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the right quarterback. He has a system quarterback when he should have a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with the quarterback. Yes,
it does. The quarterback is everything. That quarterback play was the whole reason why they lost that game.
Well, saying that he should have a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, I mean, every team should have a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes.
All have Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, that's
or
like
something similar to it, something close enough to it. I mean, I don't think Brock Purdy, in my opinion, is like he's the final pick in the draft. I mean, he looks like it.
Well, guess what? There were also 2 Super Bowls that he was in with a quarterback where they had a lead that the defense blew.
Right. 28-3, famously, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sure, they went conservative offensively, but they still had a lead that the defense blew.
Yeah, but every single one of their quarterbacks that
you don't blow a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl.
Wait a minute. Matt Ryan's a Hall of Fame quarterback. What are you talking about?
Nope. He's not a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yes, he is. Matt Ryan will be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, he is.
I think he probably should be, but I'm not sure that he will be. I mean, no Super Bowl wins.
No, Dan Marino doesn't have Super Bowl wins.
Yeah, but he's not. No, come on, stop! Don't start with the comparisons between Matt Ryan and Dan Marino.
Okay, Jim Kelly doesn't have any Super Bowl wins.
All right, but he played in 4 of them.
Still lost 4 straight.
Yeah,
and it's still going to be. It's still a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Matt Ryan's only been to 1
like
Super Bowl.
I don't get this, man. I really don't. Like is your criteria for getting in the Hall of Fame a Super Bowl ring?
Well, for a quarterback,
is that why fucking Eli's trash ass is getting in the fucking Hall of Fame?
Oh, come on. He's got 2.
That motherfucker is garbage.
No, he's not.
You're right, Slim. Slim is correct.
No.
Who is a better quarterback? Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers, or Matt Ryan? Eli Manning's the worst of the 3.
Well, first of all, I agree that Phillip Rivers should be in there. But no, I think Eli's better than Matt Ryan. Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Not even close.
No.
Yeah, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, man. Come on, stop it. Stop.
Nope.
Name me the year Matt Ryan was statistically the worst quarterback in the league. It's never happened. Eli's done it multiple times.
Yes, correct. Eli was shit compared to Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan was way better quarterback than Eli.
No, he wasn't.
When it comes to Hall of Fame, it's all about all season. What you do all season.
By the way, I prefaced that statement.
Eli has way more shitty seasons than Matt Ryan and Phillip Rivers.
I prefaced that statement by saying I do think that Matt Ryan should get in, but for you to say that Eli shouldn't is insane.
No, Eli should. Eli would be in the Hall of really good, not the Hall of Fame.
I mean, 2 of the biggest.
I'll give Eli a Hall of Fame, but if you get, but Matt Ryan's better than him.
Well, all right.
Like I said, your whole argument for it is Super Bowl MVPs. I mean, once again, Matt Ryan didn't give up the lead in the Super Bowl. He got the lead.
Wow. Yeah.
Vic's I know he's got an opinion on this.
I just think I agree. I think Eli just has end of the season playoff, accolades where you need to have regular season accolades, the all year round.
I don't know. 2 Super Bowl wins against a dynasty team and the best player and the best player in the history of the NFL.
It's not the whole season. It's not the whole season. It's just.
I don't care. I don't care if it's the whole season.
Yeah,
That's like saying Vanderbilt's quarterback is great because he beat Alabama. Pete.
Huh?
Just because he beat a great program or team in the Patriots. Okay, so
we're not talking about a regular season. We're talking about Super Bowl.
Also lost to Georgia State.
Yeah, I think Eli is going to the Hall of Fame.
Well, he definitely should.
Oh, I'm not disputing whether or not he is. I'm saying he probably doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, Eli is a future Hall of Famer, and so is Matt Ryan.
Yep.
Hall of Fame because of his last name.
No, he's going to get in the Hall of Fame because he's got 2 Super Bowl MVPs. That's why.
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl too, so good luck with that line of thought.
Did he get 2 Super Bowl MVPs?
Brad Johnson got a fucking Super Bowl ring.
Did they have 2 Super Bowl MVPs?
Is Trent Dilfer in the Hall of Fame?
How many of these guys we're talking about has multiple Super Bowls and were the MVP?
Guess what? Tom Brady got Super Bowl MVP in a game where he threw for 200 yards.
Okay.
Yep. Right.
So what does Super Bowl MVP mean? Nothing. It's about like the Heisman. It's fucking pointless.
No, let's not stop.
Slim.
Yes, because
Jackson,
I will say this without a shadow of a doubt. You want to talk about somebody that deserved it, postseason accolades, what they did in the postseason. Devin fucking White should have got Super Bowl MVP because without him in them playoffs, Tampa Bay goes nowhere.
However, Slim, Dexter Jackson has a Super Bowl MVP. Is he going to Hall of Fame?
Dexter who?
Yeah, exactly. Dexter Jackson. You know what I'm talking about, Slim?
Yep.
No, the Super Bowl. Who's the Super Bowl MVP of the Super Bowl when the Bucs beat the Raiders?
That's good. I'd have to look up who got MVP for that one. I honestly don't remember.
Dexter Jackson.
Fuck, that was
Dexter.
Is he who got it? Okay, I'm about to say it was 20 some odd years ago. I thought he might have got another Super Bowl somewhere else.
Well, they'll probably both get in.
I agree. They both will. I'm just saying Eli, in my opinion, don't deserve it.
I think he'll get in because of his last name.
Am I wrong? Is it not Dexter Jackson?
I can't look it up on here. If I got out of here, it'd knock me out of the StreamYard.
Yeah, I'll do it. It's Dexter Jackson.
Stafford will get in. Yeah.
Yeah. 34.
Well, Stafford should. Megatron should. I mean, how many Super Bowl MVPs? How many Super Bowl? We were talking about him earlier. How many Super Bowl MVPs does Barry Sanders have?
Well, first of all, I'm not saying that you have to have a Super Bowl MVP to be in the Hall of Fame, but I'm saying if you do have 2 of them, then you definitely should be. There's a difference between the 2.
Well, no, I think Super Bowl MVP is about as pointless as the fucking Heisman.
It's not.
They give it to who they want.
So, Pete, I'll stand in the middle of this. I believe that Eli Manning should be in the Hall of Fame, even if he was a shit quarterback. But I believe that Matt Ryan and Phillip Rivers should both also be in the Hall of Fame because they were better than him.
Well, I think all 3 of them should be in there. So I guess we agree.
Yeah. I agree. Agreed.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about if you go through the list of all the Hall of Famers ever, and you can pick out everyone, this guy was better than that guy was better than that guy, but doesn't mean none of them shouldn't be in there. You know.
Right. Well, I'm not using that argument.
I love y'all. I gotta go. You guys have a good one.
All right. Yeah. Well, I actually have to go too. So. Perfect time. See you later, Volusia.
You guys.
I'm just saying, based off his career as a totality, Eli shouldn't be in there.
All right. Well, we'll just have to agree to disagree, which is pretty common for this show. So.
Right.
All right, Jarrett, Howard, thank you for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, anytime.
All right, talk to you later. Enjoy your Columbus Day, I guess.
It's Columbus Day.
That's what I said. Yeah, apparently it is.
It's Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yeah. Yeah,
Engine Day.
we're celebrating a genocidal maniac who can't navigate a ship.
Yeah, no, we need to give Ergo.
I don't know about the genocidal maniac part, but
Are you kidding me? Do you know how many? Do you know how many? Probably tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people were killed by Christopher Columbus and his people.
I know. Yeah, we need to.
When you come over with diseases, those people have no immunity.
No, I'm not talking about by diseases. I'm talking about.
It works that way.
Well, they are. If you add diseases in there, then it's definitely in the hundreds of thousands. I'm just talking about with guns and whatever else. Knives.
Oh yeah, the peace-loving Indians that killed each other decided not to try and kill any of the white folks that came over. None of that ever happened.
Yeah, well, Americans kill each other too, but guess what? If somebody invades this country, we're all going to fight against them. So you blame them for that?
Oh yeah, it is what it is.
Hey.
Guess what? You fucking lost.
Yeah, they lost.
Less powwows do more time inventing guns.
Doesn't matter. Christopher Columbus, piece of shit.
Yeah, we need to have Amerigo Vespucci Day because the guy who our country was actually named after.
There you go.
Amerigo Vespucci.
And actually, there's no historical account whatsoever of Christopher Columbus actually killing anybody.
Yeah, there is.
No.
Yeah, there is. Not even just not even just here. Not even just in the continental United States, but in the West Indies and throughout the Caribbean and Mexico too, probably. Hell.
I'd be willing to bet that motherfucker never pulled a trigger and killed a single person.
Might have killed some Canadians. Who knows?
Well, that's deserved. Fuck Canada.
Yeah.
Got other people to kill people for him, but
well, same difference. Same difference.
It is what it is.
All right, guys.
I like him. I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
Yeah, the Vikings actually came to North America first.
Yeah, they turned around and went back where they came from.
Yeah, we got Eric the Red, right, or Leif Erikson, right? Yeah.
All right, guys, I gotta go for real. All right, Vic, thank you for coming on, buddy.
All right, thanks for having me on, Pete.
All right, see you later, Slim. Have a good one, buddy.
Toodles.
Toodles. All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in to the Midday Show today. Tonight, 10 p.m., me and Uncle Lou for the Lunch Money Show. We'll tell you how to lose some money. Whatever we say, just do the opposite. That's the best advice I can give you. But yeah, thank all of you. Enjoy your Columbus Day, I guess. And we'll see you tonight at 10 o'clock.